Hi guys, hope you're all well. Welcome to the magic of September time. Oh my goodness, this year, what can I say? What a strange, topsy-turvy year. But I just want to say, massive thank you to everybody that has continued to support my work during these crazy, crazy times. Thank you so much since we've moved back to Wiltshire, how many people I'm able to connect with again. It's great seeing old and new clients and old and new friends. So just want to say thank you very much. And I think this is the year to truly be grateful for the blessings of life. Whatever experiences we're up against, the good, the bad and the ugly, they are certainly making us appreciate everything in its rawest and truest form. So I just want to say thank you to all the love that is being shown and sent to me through my work. It does mean a lot, guys, so thank you so much. Now then, as always, let's have a little look and see what September time is going to offer us. So I'm going to do a stop, start and continue for the month of September time, followed by a witch's rune to conclude the reading. And hopefully this will give us some things that we may need to know about for the month ahead. So as always, I'm using the Ethereal Visions Tarot by Matt Hughes. So I'm just going to channel the cards and literally asking, what do we need to stop doing through the month of September time? What do we need to start doing? And also, what do we need to continue doing? So, just asking for the cards to work for the highest of good for us all as a collective reading. So, bear with me, guys. Oops. That's decided it wants to come out. Let's just see what that is. Okay, so we've got that one. Two more. Just making sure no others got shoved on the floor there, but that literally jumped from the pack, which is often the way. Okay, and one more. Let's just see what we've got. Oops. Okay, so let's have a little look at these then. So, oh, interesting. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got our stop card. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles here. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about monetary changes, monetary success, certainly planting the seeds of abundance and watching everything come into blossom and bloom. Now I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I don't think there is anybody that hasn't really been affected financially in some format with the changes that are going on with COVID, with lockdown, with isolation. For a lot of people, they've been made redundant, they've lost jobs, or jobs have been like hours have been cut, things of this nature. So there has been lots of changes. With myself, I've had to really change some of the format of how I do quite a large chunk of my work. So I think what this card is really saying, guys, whatever stage of financial play you're in, within reason, try not to fear the changes financially. So that's maybe something we have to stop doing. And I know for a lot of people, they've been getting really caught up in the financial blockages, things they want to do, but they just almost feel like they're unachievable now. I was talking to a beautiful client the other day, and she was sort of saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to pursue what I feel is my life calling. I'm going to have to just go back and do a normal job. And yes, you might have to go back and do a normal job for a short space of time just to get this all flowing comfortably and as it needs to be. But that doesn't mean we have to devalue our truth, our light, in the long run. So I suppose it's having that belief that whatever goals, hopes, dreams and desires you want from a materialistic space, they might be briefly hindered, but if you want something enough, it can still become reality. So stop blocking your own self on achieving what you really value, what you really want within this world, okay? I know a lot of us are really up against it financially. We're really struggling, and there is just a lot of processing of energy. But money is an energy line of its own. And it's really important not to fear money, not to fear the flow of abundance. So if you're somebody that's really struggling financially, if you are almost feeling like this is doom and gloom, if you're feeding it too much energy, just stop, okay? Stop feeding it doom and gloom, stop fearing it, because what you'll actually be doing is you'll be amplifying money problems, which don't need to be there, because Seven of Pentacles is about planting the seeds of success, and slowly but surely things are starting to grow, things are starting to mature, things are starting to change around you for the better. We've also got this one by his foot, so he can't rest on his morals, he still has work to do moving forward, but he's also got the rake there, so he's ready to rake in what he has planted, what he's achieved so far. So don't hinder yourselves, guys, okay? It's so important. And sometimes we get caught up in the physical world, and we do all fear money, you know, but it's about moving past that. I'm very lucky, and I can honestly say this hand on heart. Sometimes people, when I say this to them, they think I'm bullshitting them, and I can honestly say, hand on heart, that when I open my diary, regardless of what is in there, whether there's loads of bookings or not very many, I trust that the universe will give me what I need financially. So I can honestly say to you, it's very, very rare, even in lockdown, it's very, very rare that I worry about the finances. And, you know, from a practical place, you know, we've moved somewhere that's more money, so it's more actual rent to find each month and all the rest of it. But I can honestly say to you guys, I don't fear the financial energy, because I know the universe will always provide me with what I need, because I have that faith, that trust, and I have the belief with the work that Spirit allow me to do, okay? So within your physical world, if you are fearing the finances, obviously have an awareness for them. I'm not saying be so ignorant that you find yourself in financial ruin, because that's just suicidal. But certainly don't fear into the energy lines of money. Give yourself permission to be successful, and it has to start by letting go of the restrictions, letting go of the frustrations that we might be getting caught up in, to move forward in a much more positive space and time. So stop fearing the financial success that wants to come into your world. Start allowing it in freely. It's there for the taking, guys, okay? It's the flow of abundance. Don't question it too much. Allow it to come in. Now, our start card, the World, fantastic card. Doesn't come up too often, but when it does, it's quite special. So for a lot of us, the world is going to get going with September time. And if you think a lot of businesses are starting to reopen, we're able to do our work in some format. It might not be ideal. The world has also been healing. So this is also two aspects to this card. We as people, as individuals, might need to also start to heal any wounds or any burdens that we're carrying. But ultimately, this is about accessing and tapping into, start celebrating the life that you have, the blessings that are within your world, and start living a life that you want to be part of. And if you don't like some of the things that you see within your world, make the changes. It has to start with you, okay? It's no good hoping or thinking somebody else is going to start a wave or a vibration to change something. If you don't like an aspect of your life, you make the changes, okay? This is about being the doorkeeper of your own destiny. And if you don't feel like you're currently owning your world, this card is giving you complete permission throughout September time to start living life much more on your own terms. She's naked within the card. So like a snake shedding an old layer, no longer serving, shedding the sort of skin that no longer serves, and showing up and being able to give your best to the world at this immediate space in time. And the more people that can start sending love freely to the world, the more the world can start to turn in a much more comfortable space and time. We're all living in a very, very authentic time and space, but some of us are too scared to live that authentic life, and it's about now accessing this within our personal world. It's there for the taking, so don't fear what the world has for you. Instead, embrace it. It's your time. Embrace this freely, okay? And your continue card is interesting. We're going into the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands, you might be met with types of confrontation. These could be from people, they could be circumstances or situations that are around you. But the great thing with the Five of Wands is we all have choices. We can choose to get caught up in the drama, to get caught up in the gossip, to get caught up in the, you know, scandals of life and whatever else, or we can choose to rise above it. And this is not being ignorant to things that are going on, but it's looking at where we're feeding our energy lines to. You know, there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of confusion within this world at the moment. And are we somebody that is actually adding to that problem, or is it about being able to actually remove yourself from the dramas of all of this? So many people in the last couple of months have said that they've stopped watching TV. They don't want to see the media, they don't want to know what's going on. So many people are actually choosing to disconnect their sword from the dramas, from the bullshit that might be going on around us, okay? So it is about looking at your personal power, where you choose to feed your energy lines. We can't be accountable for other people's inputs and outputs, but absolutely we can be accountable for our own energy. So are you part of the problem, or are you actually removing yourself so the blockage can become freed? Okay, so this is also saying that within this journey of life, there will be things that challenge us, there will be triggers, but how we respond to things determines an outcome. You know, I saw recently, I was watching, or I think I was on Facebook actually, and I'd happened to sort of tap into one of the theatres, and theatres are some of the most that have been really badly affected by COVID, because, you know, if you think of like when theatres book in shows, it's not just one show, they book in a block group, and then, you know, wherever that show is going on to, it affects so many other avenues of it. And there were so many hateful comments saying, when are you going to tell me what's going on with this? When are you going to tell me what's going on with that? And I thought, be fair, guys. The government doesn't even really quite know what it's doing yet with theatre-wise. They're only just starting to get the shows back up in order. So how are they meant to, you know, to tell people stuff? And I think this is the thing. So many people are becoming quite hostile and thinking that they're getting personally attacked, when it's something that is affecting all of us on such a large scale. And we should actually be looking at the bigger picture and thinking, let's be blessed to have these shows still available to go and see, not actually sabotaging or hurting the theatres, because they're doing the absolute best they can in the most strangest of times. And the theatre was up front and they said, all, you know, tickets will be sort of transferred to a new date. If that's not suitable, refunds will be given. They can only work within, you know, what they are able to work within. So I just felt I felt really sorry for the guys at the theatre, because I thought, God, they got such a hard task there, not just keeping the shows themselves happy and obviously all of the bookings on that side of things, but then the punters. And so many people, to me, it just came across like people being really unreasonable. So maybe this is also challenging some of us to look at how we respond to things. And if actually we feel we are being a bit unreasonable without even realising, it's okay, but change it, okay? Don't sort of feed into the anger lines, because, you know, love, compassion, empathy, these are the things we should all be actually bringing to the table. And it's remembering nobody knows what somebody is battling, whether it's publicly or behind closed doors. So the best thing all of us can do is treat each other with respect. Treat each other how we would want to be treated. Don't be an arsehole, okay? Don't get caught up in confrontation or wanting to overpower somebody or have the last word on something. You know, retract your wand, retract your sword. Stay in your own lane, okay? I think that's really, really important, because as a country, we're either going to get divided or we're going to come together. And let's try and come together to create a much more positive world, regardless of what, you know, behind the scenes stuff might be going on. Let's try and all work in unity as best as we can. Now, let's pick a sort of conclusion witch's rune to just oversee and end this reading. I'm asking for a rune for the highest of good. Okay, we've got the sun coming out. Don't know if you can see that too well there. The sun is a fantastic rune when it shows. So the sun is like the largest like planet or star within the sort of galaxy. It gives life to everything. And without the sun, physically we can't survive. So this is almost like a new world is being born, is being awoken. And this is light overcoming darkness. You know, we can all go through something extremely dark, and it might have been, for some of us, the darkest place this year we've ever gone to. But still within that darkness, there is light, there is hope. And the sun is wanting to bring about change. It's wanting to bring light back into the world after the darkness that we might have all found ourselves in. And the sun is also wanting to offer and gift new life into the world. So this is a really, really important time of transformation. This is a really important time of change. The sun is also nurturing everything, okay? All of us, you know, plants, humans, animals, the earth, we need the physical sun in order to survive. The sun gives life, it breathes life to everything. So this is almost the conclusion. New life is being breathed or brought in for all of us at this time, and we have to stop and recognize that and see that as a blessing. So if you're somebody that's sort of feeling like you don't want to be in this world, if you feel really sort of, you know, heavy, feel like the weight of the world are on your shoulders, allow the light, the personal light that you hold within your heart center, allow that into the world. But allow this light to recharge, to amplify your life, because there is no obstacle, there is no blockage that we can't get over. But sometimes we choose to not actually give ourselves permission to move past that hurdle. And the sun is wanting to amplify, it's wanting to bring hope, positivity. It's a rune of love, it's a rune of laughter, it's a rune of happiness actually. It's a really positive rune. So it's wanting to bring light back into the world, and God knows we need it at the moment, guys. So give yourselves permission in your personal world to celebrate the light that you hold within you, but to bring it back into your everyday experiences, okay? The world can be as light or as dark as we choose for it to be. It all depends on which wolf we choose to feed. So feed the energy of the sun, the energy of light, and watch your world blossom, watch it bloom, watch it change for the better. So I think, guys, September time is going to be really, really exciting. It's going to be where life is being reborn, reawoken for a lot of us. And we just have to keep riding the wave of 2020. It's the year of years. But, you know, let's get into a much more contented space for ourselves. We owe it to ourselves, okay? So enjoy what September time offers you. Stay safe, stay well, much love and blessings, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.